Jan with Academic Technologies. For those in our student population with limited access to Microsoft Office, our free download of Office 365 is always available to you. We'll even link it down below for easy access. However, some students may have limited use due to other reasons. For example, Mac students may find that their version of Office doesn't include Microsoft Access. Fortunately, a new tool available in Scholar can help provide access to certain applications for those Mac students. It's a tool known as AWS AppStream. This video is designed to guide students through the use of AWS AppStream in Scholar to use Microsoft Excel or Access online. So to do that, let's switch over to Student View. We recommend that any student using this tool be doing so on the Chrome browser for reasons that you'll see later. We also want to note that if you're a Windows user, this application isn't something you'll really need to use. Just, again, install Office 365 from the link below, and you'll have the full suite of applications on your desktop, both online and offline. But if you find yourself needing to use this application as a student, you'll see the link that the instructor provided under whatever name they've chosen on the sidebar here. Once you click on it, you'll be brought to the AppStream page on a new tab of your browser, although it may take a second to load. This will allow you to select which application you want to use. Let's use Access for the sake of this demonstration. Once you select the application, you'll be brought to a waiting screen while the online application loads for you. This can take a couple of minutes, so don't close the tab unless the window visibly freezes. Give it some time. You can go and look at other applications on your browser in the meantime on a separate tab. All right, and here we go. Now, once the application has loaded, you'll be able to open up a blank file and manipulate it however you would for that application's desktop version. I want to reiterate that at this point, the only documents available to you are blank ones. If you need to access and use existing files, you now need to connect this application to your Google Drive, which is where it will locate existing files to open and where it will save your files when you're done using the application. Every CNU student, staff member, and faculty member automatically has a Google Drive account through the G Suite for Education. You can log into it by using your student credentials, same way you do when logging into your email or university computer. To make the link between that drive and this application, click on the My Files folder button at the top right of your browser window. This will bring you to a little window where you can view any online storage currently linked to the application. If this is the first time you're opening this application, you're not going to see anything linked, just a folder that says temporary files, which may not even have anything in it. You can start the linking process by clicking Add Storage and selecting Google Drive from the dropdown. I've already logged into some spaces before, so I can see my credentials here. And now I have to select those credentials for a second time from this little mini window. I have to give the application permission to access my account. And now that I've certified my credentials, I can see a folder labeled Google Drive. This is going to allow me to navigate and open any relevant files currently saved in my drive. Keep in mind that this means that in order to access a file in AppStream, you will first need to upload it to your Google Drive separately, say in a separate tab on your browser. But once you've done that and you see the folder linked in My Files, you can then close this window and locate the file you need from inside the application itself. In the case of Access, we'll go to the File ribbon, go to Open, and we can browse through various locations to find the file we need. In this case, through our Google Drive. However, in the name of making this simple, I have prepared a file that I can open a little bit more easily right here from the same location. In any case, once you locate that file, you can click open and it will open up that file within the online application. And then from there, you should be able to use it in the same way you would in the desktop application. At the end of your work session, you'll need to then save this file back into your Google Drive. To do so, in Access, we'll go to File, Save As, and Save As. Now I have a bit of the database open, I want it to close. And now, as the Save As window pops up, I'll want to check the path at the top of this mini window, just to ensure that this pathway includes Google Drive, so that I'm saving it to the appropriate location before I click Save. If it's not in the right space, you can start at this PC and navigate to the right spot in your Google Drive where you want to save it. You can also save this file under the same name that you did when opening the file. This will overwrite the original document in your drive with the new one that you've just been working with. Or you can change the name in order to create a new file. But now that we've saved it, we can now go to a separate window with our drive open and see the saved file. And I can even see the most recent time in which it's been edited. This means that I can now access the file if I need to take actions like sending this file in an email or submitting it to a Scholar assignment. And those are the basics of using AWS AppStream to access Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Access online. Just a reminder, this is going to be primarily for Mac students who may not have access to these applications as easily as Windows students. If you are a Windows student, your first step should always be to go to the link below and downloading and installing Office 365. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us directly at the contact information you see on the screen now. Thank you and have a wonderful day.